Hey, what's up? Welcome back. This is the 9th video in the SEO Fundamentals series for local service businesses. In this video, we're going to be talking about reviews and review generation. Reviews are super important. It's a super important ranking factor for local SEO, for the local map pack. So we're going to take a look at some examples as to how those reviews actually factor into the rankings. But more importantly, we're going to be talking about some review generation methods that we advise our clients to deploy. I'm including this video into this series, number one, again, because it's a major ranking factor. But number two, after speaking with a lot of clients, it seems like asking for reviews seems to be a big hurdle that a lot of clients can't get over. They don't know how to implement a system. They don't know how to do the ask. They don't know when to ask. So we're going to be getting into all of that right now. So let's jump into the screen. I got my hat on again because my hair is just ridiculous, and it's going to be ridiculous for a while. So let's just do an example here just to start off. So just to show you what's going on. All right. So acupuncture, Washington, D.C. We're just doing some research, and I was just coming across this keyword. And what I want to show you here is the actual local map pack, because the reviews are going to affect the rankings of this local map pack the most, right? It's not going to affect the organic listings, the organic reviews, but it is going to affect the local map pack. And obviously why you want to rank for the local map pack is because it takes up so much real estate on the search engine results page. So acupuncture, Washington, D.C., obviously a huge keyword. It has 880 searches a month. The first thing we see are the sponsored LSAs, the sponsored local service ads. But right underneath that, the thing that takes up the most space on the page, almost the entire page, is the local map pack. And as you can see right away, the two listings that are ranking first and second are the ones with the most reviews. All right. So there's also, Google also weights these reviews too. So if they feel as if your reviews are fake or generated or generic, they're not going to count them as real reviews. So that's why you might see some variance in the review count here, like the 73 might be ranking higher than the 102. It's because sometimes they're discounting some of those reviews. Either they don't have any content, or they might be a fresh account that just left one review, in which case they might feel like it's not a real legitimate review, right? So let's just take a step back real quick and just talk high level about what affects the local map pack rankings. All right. So the first thing, there's a few things, but in order of importance, I would say the first thing that I would kind of look for in assessing if you're optimized correctly is your primary business categorization. So you can see when we're searching acupuncture, Washington, D.C., all three listings that are showing up are categorized as acupuncture clinic. If you've ever set up a GMB or a Google Business Profile, now that's which is what it's called now. If you've ever set one up, you know that there are a ton of different categories. So with a lot of our clients, a lot of our acupuncture clients specifically, we see that instead of labeling themselves or categorizing themselves as acupuncture clinics, they'll opt for acupuncturist. Or if they feel like they offer more than acupuncture, even though acupuncture is their primary service, they'll categorize themselves as like alternative medicine practitioner or holistic health provider, which are some of the big ones, right? There are some like medical center, medical clinic, some categorize themselves as doctors or XYZ. But the best way to understand this is to just do the search. And from the search, you can see the top listings and see what category they're using. That indicates to you what category you should be using. All right, so number two also is the actual website optimization, because the website optimization will dictate also how optimized you are for this keyword. You can see like Cherry Blossom Healing Arts, for instance, doesn't have the word acupuncture in their name, but their backlink profile and their website is optimized enough that Google can make that connection and have them listed first. It's even higher than Transformational Acupuncture or DC Acupuncture LLC, because of that reason. All right. And then another ranking factor is proximity. This is going to be more relevant for, let's say, denser cities where there's going to be major competitors within like a 10-mile, 20-mile radius or something like that. But the closer you are to a location when you're searching is going to affect the rankings a little bit. And obviously things like if they're open right now or not, depending on your search preferences, is going to affect it as well. But if everything is equal there, so if they all have the correct primary category, if they're all optimized on page, they all have some sort of authority, and they're all relatively close with each other, the thing that is going to affect the rankings the most is then review count, all right, and the quality of the reviews. When you're getting the reviews as well, the reviews should be keyword rich. So if you're trying to rank for acupuncture, for instance, make sure that that keyword is showing up in the majority of your reviews, because Google extracts that information as well. So let's just do one more example here so that you can get the point, take the point home, which is like Painter NYC, for instance, right? You could see that this one's a little bit more straightforward. The top three, JB Painters is 156 reviews, 4.9 rating. Paintworks is 153 reviews. And we have Painting Contractor NYC, and then Precision Painting of Manhattan, which is 89. So like I said, again, it's not a direct ranking where it's like the most reviews are going to show up first. But if you... And again, obviously the rating counts as well. So we have 4.9s up here and then a 4.8 down here. They're going to be trying to rank businesses that are higher up in rating and review count. So that matters as well. Just be sure to get legitimate reviews, all right? And I guess that's a great segue into talking about how to generate these reviews. Because obviously it is imperative. It is a ranking signal, and it's something that's very important. So, I mean, I've prepared a list here, and I don't want you to think this is like, you're like saying like, Will, like this is like the most obvious list. I speak with a lot of clients, right? I speak with a lot of clients, and a lot of them don't understand the value of this. They just think, okay, if they're going to leave a review, they're going to leave a review. And sometimes those reviews are negative, and sometimes it affects their listing negatively. So we're going to be talking about some methods here. I'm going to go back here. So the first one here, obviously, before all this, the given is that you need to provide a quality service, right? Like your service actually needs to be good. Like if you have a shady, a really poor quality service, you can't expect 5-star reviews, right? You need to have exceptional customer service. You need to go above and beyond, and you need to provide a legitimate service first and foremost to get these reviews. But if you're doing that, here's some methods that obviously work for our clients and myself to generate these reviews. And before, so the first thing is to ask, right? And then you might be saying like, yeah, we're all going to ask, obviously, but the way you ask, when you ask, really matters. All right. If you have a service-based business, I would do it right after the service. If you're doing it in person, I would ask them in person. And this is kind of a benefit of having somebody in the service industry like myself designing this system for clients, because I have boots on the ground every day, right? Like I'm in the trenches. I understand the process of asking for reviews and getting these quality reviews. So when I say like ask in person, try to make that process as frictionless as possible. Don't say I'm going to send you an email, I'm going to send you a text in like 20 minutes. When the service ends, just ask them right then and there for the review. If they can upload images from the location or the project or something like that, it'll help improve the quality of their review even more. Just like we touched upon before, the quality of the review matters. If they have a real Gmail account, if they have more than one review left, but if they also leave photos of the project finished or the service they received, the quality of the review is going to skyrocket, and Google's going to take that into account. So what I have been doing since the beginning of this year, I don't know if you can see, is having this. I got this card. This is an NFC card. If you Google it or find it on AliExpress, you can download it. Get an NFC app. Now you can just Google all this. If you get an NFC app, you can link this card to any link that you want. And I've linked it to my Google Business Reviews page. You don't need a Wi-Fi connection. You don't need anything. All you do is just tap this to the back of your phone like this. And let me see if this is let me turn it on. And if you tap it to the back of your phone, I don't know if you heard that, but you just get this NFC request down here. And it's just a link. You press OK, and it just opens this page directly, the Google Reviews page directly. Let's see if I can show you here. So that's just one way to generate these reviews on the spot, make it frictionless. They have desktop versions of this. So it's like a plastic stand that you can use. They have QR codes. They have dot cards, which are kind of very similar to this. So there's so many different ways that you can ask for that review on the spot. That makes that kind of process frictionless, so you can get that review faster and immediately after the service is done. If you have a longer term service, right? So this is acupuncture clinics, physical therapy, massage therapy, or like chiropractor, something where they're coming back repeatedly. I mean, a personal trainer would be a good example for this. As soon as they see the first signs of that positive result come out, so this is maybe 2 weeks into a 4-week long process, right? On that 2-week mark, that's when I would ask for the review. Don't wait until the end of the process. Right when they're seeing the first signs of the positive effects, that's when I would ask for the review. All right. So number one is to just ask. Just ask. Politely. I would just say it would really help us out if you could leave a great review, a positive review of our services, because right we're just trying to grow our presence online or something like that. It's all reciprocity. So if you're providing a quality service and you're providing good customer service and you're going above and beyond, the law of reciprocity, they're going to do something nice for you as well. So all you need to do is ask. But if that ask isn't enough, if you're asking and people aren't leaving that review through all these methods, I would couple that with an offer. And this offer has to be something very small, very complimentary. You can do it on a future service, right? Like $10 off your next service or whatever the minimum cost is to you for that review. I would offer that. And this ask can be in person. It can also be a follow-up email. It can be a follow-up text, whatever you're comfortable with. But I would also couple that with an offer if you're just not generating these reviews. And again, we want to focus on the reviews because think about it like this. It's an investment into the longevity of your business. If you can start building up these reviews early, 1 a month, 3 a month, 4 a month, 5 a month, whatever the hit rate is that you have for your particular business. If you can build that up over time, over the course of 6 months to a year, now the investment that you've made into your Google business profile is going to start returning dividends because you're going to be ranking higher. People are going to trust your service more. They're going to see all these photos from other clients or customers that have used your service before. So it's just like a thing that grows by itself the more you feed it. And that's why, again, I would kind of take this as an investment. So if you're thinking of a monetary value that you can pay per review, I wouldn't pay anything more than $10 per review. 15 if you're trying to stretch it. But just like JB Painters, just take a look at them. For example, if you're trying to get 156 reviews, it adds up. And now I'm not saying you need to pay $10 per review. That's against the TOS, right? Google's terms of service. You can't pay for reviews, but you can offer something that is that kind of, within that monetary value range. So again, you need to couple that with an offer is probably the best way to do this. All right. And that is if you're going to manually ask. All right, let's just get that clear. So this is good if you're going to manually ask. Now, I'm going to tell you about the preferred method that we take with all of our Pepper Sites clients, and that is to automate this service, is to automate this whole process. So Pepper Sites, right, we aim to provide a complete solution for our clients. So that's why we include automated review generation into every one of our websites. And again, because we do this because it is a ranking signal, a ranking factor. So if you have a CRM, right? If you have a CRM, or if you're in the health niche, if you have a patient management system, health record system, you should have this functionality where you have some sort of option to tag a patient or tag a customer, or set a status for them. So if you have a tag that just says like, this service has been completed, or you can move them to a different status. As soon as that status hits, we can then send them an email and a text asking for a review. And in that email and text, what we can do is like let's say there's 5 stars here. We're just gonna say, can you rate our services? Hope you had a nice time with us. We send them a review form like this. If they choose 4 stars and up, we send them to Google. And if they choose 3 stars and below, we'll send them to an intake form here, or a feedback form where they can leave some feedback for us. And that form gets sent to the business, to you. This is great because number one, we're introducing a filtration system, right? So if you're doing this at scale, you don't know who's going to leave a bad review and who's not. And at scale, what you want to do is start having these kind of systems in place to filter out the good reviews. So the 4 stars and up, those are good. We want to send them to Google, leave a review on Google. But if they're doing 3 stars and below, we don't want to send them to Google. We want them to fill out a form so the client feels heard. And then we get some valuable feedback for our business to understand why they were dissatisfied. That way it catches it before it hits Google, and we get some valuable feedback. There are systems out there that you can search that do this. We incorporate it for every Pepper site because, again, we're trying to solve this issue for our clients not knowing how to generate these reviews. So it's best if we automate it. The email and text get sent over 3 sequences in a drip format. So if they don't reply to the first one, we send them a second one. We send them a third one until they reply. If they don't reply after 3, we just drop it, and it is what it is. It's probably too far past the actual service to get a quality review anyway. But we do email and text because it's 2 touch points, right? If they don't check their email, they're going to get a text. If they don't check their text, they're going to get an email. So if you have a CRM system in place, the best way to generate these reviews is to use a CRM, automate this entire process. As soon as you mark that customer complete with the service, you're going to send out an automated email and a text to get them to leave this review. And this can also be coupled with some sort of offer if you really want to start building these reviews quickly. And we've implemented the system. It's super effective at generating these reviews. So I hope this was helpful and kind of got your brain thinking about how to go about review generation, because again, it is a very important element of local SEO. And I hope you got value out of this video. And if you did, please comment local SEO in the comments below, because I think this is a very valuable piece of information. So thank you for watching if you watched this far, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.